Oh my God, I'm live. How do we even do this? I feel like I've never used StreamYard before. What am I using? StreamYard. With that said, welcome, and I hope you're all ready for mystery guest. Welcome to welcome. I gotta move my hands. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. My name is Brian, and it's time for a mystery guest. Long overdue having a guest. My watch. Why? But I have to get right started because every time I've had mystery guests before, it was 2 hours. This is just one. And part of me is starting to panic now. So let's get into bringing on the mystery guest because that's why you're here. That's why everyone wants to be here. Find out who it is. Mystery guest, are you ready? Mystery guest is ready. Bringing them in now. Hello.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I
was supposed to look up stuff. I was supposed to look up the last time you were here and everything, and I didn't.
Oh.
When was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it took me a very long time to send you promised samples, and then it has taken us a long time to.
No rush. Like I have samples galore right over there. But I was looking forward to these. I have to send you samples now. It's samples back and forth all the time.
Oh, but you sent me.
Did I?
Samples, right? Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Oh, you can hear pipes.
Yes.
Pitching away. She's quite noisome.
Another feeling.
So she's in a different room right now. Like
cats are loud.
That is how loud she is. While my dog's just laying there.
I gotta say hi to people. There's my dad under the wrong account. Sugar Kitty, Scott Moody, welcome. Sugar Kitty, welcome. Dad, welcome.
What's up, Sugar Kitty, Scott?
Welcome. Cheers. Scott
and Papa KillCo.
Welcome. Yes. Alex Bruyere, welcome. I have to click on names now. Good God, that's going to be hard to do.
To click on their names?
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I realized I was paying for StreamYard and not ever having guests, so that kind of defeated the whole point. Other than like the little things, like I don't have the overlay and I don't have the background, and blah, 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 which I can do for myself with OBS, and that's free. So
yeah. I don't have the paid version either because I'm like,
yeah, that's what I said. It's like if I only have one person on, why?
Yeah, yeah.
So whenever I do have a mystery guest, this is how it will look, and I'm okay with that.
It's fine.
Maybe I'll figure out OBS someday, but
shimmy and a purr, Sugar Kitty. Had to respond to Sugar Kitty.
Meow to Sugar Kitty. Cool 62. Hello, welcome. I don't think I've seen you. Hello. Maybe I have. I'm not good at keeping track of things.
I think I've seen him in chats before for sure. All right, so what do we pour in first?
Dealer's choice, and I think I know what it is already.
Do-do-do.
I think I know what it is. Do you want to start with the bad one and go to the other ones?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the worst out of the way. For me, it's the worst for me. It's
and
like a favorite for everybody else.
Just to be clear, this was the decision you made. I had no hand in the like, let's do this one. It's one you hate or might not like.
Yeah. Oh, Scott, did they make a field goal? Yes.
Uh-oh, is sports going on?
He's going to be updating me, I think, because he scared me earlier and making me think that the Packers had already lost the game today and they hadn't even played yet.
Oh.
So, yeah, let's pull out this first one. So, you didn't make me do this. So it's not a Knob Creek.
No.
It is actually a Utah whiskey that people are really stoked about. It's the Midwinter Night's Dram. This is Act 9. Ooh, I sent yours so long ago. I don't know if it was Act 8 or Act 9. Did I write it on
what's the proof?
I think they're all 98.6 proof.
Shit.
I think I sent you Act 8, but I think we have finished our Act 8. But
what do I even have?
I mean,
I probably have that one. Hold on.
It's still very, very similar.
Let's find out. I have Act 8, Scene 3.
Oh, I think that's what I sent you. Oh, I think you got that after I sent you the samples, actually.
Yes. This is donated by Zenbood.
Yeah.
I can compare.
Yeah.
later. For now, let's just drink some whiskey.
So I'll
Oh
go
my God,
ahead
there's
and
some
pour a little bit. And I'm
only a
pouring the
touch.
tiniest amount of this just
Yes.
to sort of remind myself that I probably still don't like it. But
Yep. Fun.
and that way
Nick
I'm not
Roman,
wasting
welcome.
it.
Right. Nick.
Oh, is Nick in here?
Fine.
Oh, see, Nick,
Yes,
I'm not
Nick.
wasting it. I'm pouring a very, that's Nick Roman is my husband in the chat. It's a
Zen
very
Benoit.
tiny amount. What's up, Zenbud? But not active. Oh, really, Scott Moody?
Oh, what is that?
I know, what's his face? Mash and Drum recently tried Act 9. And I think he feels like they just keep improving each year.
Oh, good. I only know I had one of them 2 years ago for the first time, and I really liked it. But I don't remember anything about it because it was at Irene Tan's store.
Oh,
It's just
nice.
one of the
Yeah.
things where she's just like pouring stuff. I was like, hey, oh, this is good. What is it? Oh. And it's, of course, later on I find out it's that hard to find, comes out every year thing.
Special finished. So I forget what it's finished in. So it's a blend of straight rye whiskeys that are finished in French oak port barrels. That's what it is.
Oh.
And so this is actually them now using their own distillate. They used to, only have MGP, but now they've, I think as of Act 6, they started. I know way too much about this considering how much I don't like anything.
No, that's really why I have guests. I don't know anything and they do. It's like, oh, sweet. Just talk about things I don't know.
I think I just know because it's like, well, they're local and like I want to cheer for them, even though what they make good of is rye.
There you go, guys. Everyone likes your stuff, except me.
Except for me. And Nick says that he hopes I still hate it. It smells exactly like what I remember the previous accent. Like, I don't think it's still their distillate rye whiskey, same sort of blend and finished for the same amount of time. So I don't think we're going to get a huge difference. And I can never, there's like a chemical note for me, or like I think pine sol. It makes me think of pines. That's often my problem with rye, though. It's just when I get a pine.
The one I did today, that was one of the things I was like, there's a weird pine note on this. Of course, I had no idea what it was.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. So.
Well, it was nice. I mean, it wasn't really nice, but like no one was there for that one because it was such an obscure time, and I just kind of went.
Yeah.
So I was talking to myself the whole time, but I'm good at that, so it's okay.
It happens.
Oh no, the intent was never to have people. Like if people showed up, I was like, great, but
but it's more just like
I didn't want to do a video every day. No. Editing, video recording, no, not 24 days ago. I'd never do it. I've tried.
Yeah, the advent calendar thing just seems crazy hard to me. I don't know how people do it. Scott Pigsley's asking if I've ever tried barrel seagrass, and the answer is no. And Nick knows I'm going to give him a hard time because I did get a sample of it, but Nick drank the whole thing before I ever got to try it. So I've never had it, but he really wants to buy a bottle. He's very much looking to buy a bottle.
So he liked it.
He really likes it. So whenever we leave the state, I think he might be leaving the state soon. I'm sure he'll be coming back with a freaking rye. Speaking of.
Cheers. Yay.
Cheers. Yay. Rye.
No? Potent?
I still don't like it.
Good. Now we know.
But feel free to like it. I won't be insulted that you disagree with me.
No. This to me is very similar to the one this is weird. How does this happen? It's very similar to the one I had earlier today. It's one of those ryes where I can kind of tell it's a rye, but I've had so many other ones that are much more aggressive and really, really rye forward. Specifically, I'm thinking of High West Double Rye, and I'm thinking of oh my God, what's it called? It's right behind me too. It's staring at me. No, worse than that. It's from Canada.
Alberta?
Yes, Alberta Premium.
Yeah.
Those two were like, hello, I'm a rye. Enjoy. This is nothing like that. This is very mild to me.
Yeah. Have you had the High West Rendezvous rye? And as I say that, I'm like, wait, is that finished? I can't remember if that finished.
I don't know.
Remember.
This is why
It's like their step up. I know double rye is kind of their just standard rye, and then rendezvous rye is like their kind of next level up rye. But I don't actually know what the difference is. The boot rye is pretty good. I actually like the boot rye. Yeah.
No. Jesus. I got a pop-up just now about Patreon. I was like, what the hell is it? Oh, it's yours. It's just like, I'm live with KillCo. It's like, oh, thank you. Yes, you are.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I just like very quickly put that up.
Oh, that's what it is. I was thinking now. It's like, why haven't I seen you like this in a while? Oh, yeah, we haven't been able to do the thing on Scotch Down Under for half a minute.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to do whiskey track for a while. Okay, so it is the rendezvous rye. I did not realize that. This is the rendezvous rye, and I guess from the sounds of it, rendezvous rye is older. But yeah. So I guess that has switched to their distillate. I didn't realize that. That makes sense. So how are you digging this one? And do you like finished ryes more than regular ryes, or do you have a preference, you think?
Do I think is what you're saying? I don't know. Yeah. I like the spiciness of it. It's got, it's a very Christmas-y kind of dram for a reason. And it does that. It's like a tongue sensation for me. It's very prickly and tingly, but it's not the hard-hitting rye that I'm not really accustomed to, but those are some of the first ones I had. So those were like...
Yeah, they like stick out in your head. Yeah.
And things that are finished ryes, they seem a little more mellow and kind of tame. Yeah. Granted, ryes in general, you're not going to really like... They always have something to you where it's like, why?
Yeah. If you really get a rye note, like if you can really smell and taste it and immediately be like rye, then it's definitely a rye I'm going to hate.
Yes.
If it's one that's like, is this a bourbon? Is this a rye? Then there's more of a chance that I won't despise it. But
this is kind of like that to me. I'm looking for the nose. I'm like, I don't really see it as a rye. I don't get all the rye notes I'm accustomed to, other than maybe that pine note. That's a little bit of a tease, a giveaway.
Yeah, I feel like the pine note comes really forward for me. Not even sure what else I get on the nose.
Keep having the problem with the clean glass smell. It's a curse.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I poured Knob Creek earlier and took a sip, and I think this glass, was still soapy or something. It does not. It's weird. Yeah, there's something very wrong with that glass. Yeah.
You think the alcohol would kill anything? No.
Nope. If there's soap behind. Nick's making a point. I don't love, but I like the high res boo rye. A lot of times people have Pikesville is a good intro rye or whatever, but I think also, High West boo rye is the only one I've had, but I think that's a really good way of getting someone to enjoy the rye notes a little bit more without it being actually rye kind of thing.
Did it get you?
Did it get you?
No, that was my body going, hi.
Whiskey again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had some earlier too. I shouldn't feel that way, but well.
Wears off. So.
Oh, score update.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Oh crap! They scored again.
Sports.
Freaking.
Oh, and did you like the Pikesville? Was that one you didn't like or did like?
I like the Pikesville. Okay, I will drink the Pike, but we have a bottle. I never pour it for myself.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's not something I'm like, oh, I actually enjoy this and want to ever pour it for myself, but I will drink it.
Yeah, I liked the Pikesville too. It was one of those that I was like, oh, that I didn't really think it was a heavy rye, and I do like it, and I would pour it randomly on occasion, but it's not. Again, all the ones that are off to my right here. That's what I've told people. The ones that are within arm's reach in this general area. Yeah, those are the typical go-tos. A lot of them are bourbons. You'll note. Yeah. So then there's that box. The box keeps taunting me.
Oh, Scott says he likes the boo rye and the campfire. I like the campfire. Have you had that? The High West campfire? It's a weird.
The joys of having no memory.
Yeah,
I probably did.
It's once. It's a weird blend because it's bourbon. I think rye is the other one, and a peated Scotch.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I think I've
So,
seen it. I've seen it at the store plenty of times. I never actually
yeah.
bought one.
Yeah, we like
Again,
that
it's
wine.
high west, and I'm not going for high rise stuff all the time. Oh my god!
Yeah. Yeah.
I got the jab a couple days ago. It still itches,
Oh.
and it's red.
Oh, yours itches.
Yeah.
Mine was just like sore for a bit, so I like purposely did a workout on the first day, like just to try and help avoid the soreness, and it kind of worked.
Not me.
So I
I was
recommend
out.
it. I was sick as a dog over the weekend from it,
Right.
but
Fun.
it knocked me on my butt. But
I'm feeling better now, at least.
that's good.
All right, let's cleanse our palate, cleanse our glass.
Yes.
Get you something you like to drink.
Mm-hmm. I actually brought a separate glass. That way it was like, I don't even have to have rye touching my bourbon.
It's been contaminated.
So if we do have time, it'll be interesting for you to try the other rye that I'm probably not going to have any of today.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I could.
So
I do find it funny that this is one you also don't like, but also not surprised at all.
Yeah, yeah. Even barely legal rye is just still too much rye. Yeah.
I know.
Rye plus Scotch.
How do I put it? I know in my case, I'm trying to think of something I didn't like once before that I like now. I feel like an old person saying this though. I really didn't like black licorice when I was younger. I remember just despising the taste of and the smell of black licorice, but I think it was the hell's the name of that stuff? Jägermeister.
Ugh, yeah.
I know. I drank that like Jaeger bombs for a little bit, and I was okay with that. Did too much of it once, and then stayed away from that for a while. But it was like that was kind of the thing that purged the whole hate of black licorice. I didn't like it.
See, I don't like Jaeger, not because I have like horrible bad college memories or something of it, but because I don't like licorice, and I just like if somebody tried to get me to do shots of it, I was like, can I do shots of anything that's not licorice, because I hate that, or Fireball. So yeah, I don't like licorice at all.
I've had that happen with Fireball. People are like, let's do shots. I'll do Fireballs. Like, yeah. Do they have Jameson? Do they have anything other than Fireball? I will do that.
Yeah.
Don't make me do Fireball.
I don't like that. That's it. I'm not shelf turds. Can't do it.
I keep saying on my channel and out loud like a fake throwdown. It's like, you know what? That's not the real cinnamon stuff. You want the real stuff? You got to go for Goldschlager. Like back in my day, you drank Goldschlager, which was just as bad.
Yeah,
but I thought that was funny. Oh, look at this troublemaker. The whiskey friends here. How late is it where you are? Good God.
How's it going? You ready for this next one?
Yes. Do the thing. Sorry if I start rambling and sidetrack.
No worries.
Correct me.
No worries. Well, it's just I know we've got
a limited amount of time. Yes.
Today, so
I'm still used to having 2 hours for mystery guests, and then I'm realizing you don't do that anymore.
It's like, oh wait. So for this next one, we're having the EHT single. Did I grab the right bottle? I sent you the single barrel, right?
You did, yes.
Okay. I was like, I think I sent him the EHT single barrel.
Wait, is it?
It's been a long time since I sent you those.
I know. I think I messaged you what they were, but
yeah, that's what I was referencing back to. Like, I think I read that right in my rush. So, which is a bottled and bond, so it's 100 proof. But yeah,
it's wheeling and dealing.
We'll go ahead and pour a little bit of that. Now this I like much more than Midwinter Night's Jam.
Whiskey friend, it is past your bedtime. No, I don't know. I thought it was much later than that. I'm glad it isn't. It's on the other side of the pond.
I didn't realize that Campfire was Utah only. Oh, gotcha. Is it in England?
I think so. I just know he's on the other side of the pond. I don't remember exactly where he is.
I think England is...
Whiskey friend, tell us where you are.
5 hours ahead of the East Coast and 7 hours ahead of me.
I keep forgetting you're way the hell over there. Yeah. It's early where you are. Has the sun even gone down yet?
It's going down.
Okay.
It's getting dark. Yeah, it's 5:20 here.
Ugh.
So
maybe further south.
This one smells so much better.
It does. Not that I didn't like the other one, but this is definitely bourbon and it smells wonderful.
Oh, he's in Manchester.
Wow. I'm not going to pretend I know exactly where that is. I just know it's over there on the other side.
I know I spent a semester in London, and I know we actually went
Oh.
to Manchester at one point, but I don't really remember that much. It was in high school, so it's been a while.
All I have to say is I live in Rhode Island. There's nothing else outside of Rhode Island. I don't even know all the places in Rhode Island. You know, you can tell me places. I'm like, oh, really? Quahog, Rhode Island? Cool. There's no
It's so small.
It is. Again, I tell people if you drive 1 hour in any direction, you will be in a different state.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Not even. I mean, I'm saying from my point, and
You
I
have to
also
drive.
live on the border. So,
Yeah, I'm in Salt Lake City, which is close to the northern border, but you still have to drive, I think, a little bit over an hour to get into Wyoming, I think.
Whiskey Friends says northwest England. Okay. That gives me a general idea.
Yeah. You know, in the rainy bit.
If movies have told me anything, it's just always raining in England and Ireland and everywhere over there.
So I always, like with a lot of the Buffalo Trace products, get this kind of grapey note. Are you getting that?
I get that on Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting it on this one. Hold on. I'll just pour a little more.
I definitely get like a funky grape thing going.
I keep telling myself I wish I didn't like Buffalo Trace products. Just because of all the hype and the chase and the madness that goes with them. I mean,
you don't like them for the you don't like them for the hype or the madness. You like them because you've tasted them and you enjoy that flavor.
I'm a fan of E.H. Taylor and what is it? E.H. Taylor, Eagle Rare, and is there anything else? Those are the big two. I have Blanton's bottles, but I didn't buy any of those.
Yeah.
Those are both doing. I think that's it. I'm forgetting something. I know I am.
Have you had any Stag, Junior?
I've had samples.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a bottle or looked to get one.
Yeah, Nick has recently gotten bottles. He's started to figure out how to find them and everything, but
I should do that.
I would never be capable of of that.
I will do that for the store next door. Cheers! While we keep, I keep on my hand.
It's funny. This is hitting me as if it's proofier than it actually is.
Is it?
Yeah, coming off of that rye for some reason.
Yeah, I know it's not as sweet as I expected. I still like it.
Yeah. I mean, and there's definitely variation between the EHT single barrels, obviously. But like I had one recently that somebody sent me a sample of, and I mean, I did not recognize it at all as Buffalo Trace. It tasted so different. So I mean, this one I feel like is more on profile.
Yes.
Smells good.
It does smell good. I like the nose more than the taste.
Yeah.
I still like the taste. It's doing that dry thing, I think, in the middle of it, and that just sticks. It's sweet, just a little brown sugar, a little caramel, and then just dry.
Yeah, it is like kind of punching in with this little drying note in the end.
And then it fades out. That's fine. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't find it terribly drying. I don't actually know much. I don't know that there is. Do we know the age? I don't know much about EHTs. I feel like I'm not. Nick loves. That's high for me.
There you go.
And it doesn't say anything on the bottle about its age, but with Bottle and Bond, I know it has to be at least 4 years, right?
Sure. I mean, yes, of course. I knew that.
I think that's the thing.
Yeah, I get them confused. There's something that's 2 years and the other one's 4 years. And the Bottle and Bond is the more government-controlled, strictly watched one.
Yeah. It's funny because like I understand why Bottled and Bond became a thing, but now I find it very pointless. Like everything's already regulated anyways.
People who know you. Oh God, everything jumped.
What's up, Adam Dorman? Hey, Stephen Holtzclass here.
Welcome to you both. Nice to see you.
EHT
Be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have my sign. This is what I do.
No.
for last
all falling
minute.
apart.
I don't have my.
Oh, it would have been funny if I had made a sign. I should have made a sign. That would be hilarious. Like, well then, no.
You ordered from Acme also?
Right.
Packers
even
are
have
letting the Ravens
materials.
come back. That's not cool, Scott. Don't tell me that, Scott. That's bad news. I don't want that to happen.
Keep her on the edge
That's
because
not
of
cool.
the sports. I don't even know what sports it is. Which sports is it?
It is football. It is
Of
professional
course it is.
football.
The foosball.
So Packers is my number 2 team in professional football. So, and they are being dumb. So, but hopefully they won't be too dumb. Anyways, back to EHT.
I hope the sports go well for you. Live long in sports.
Thanks. No, it was cool. I got to like visit Green Bay and do the tour and like go on the field and that whole jam kind of thing. So it's pretty like it's a cool place. It's the only community owned football team, which is cool. So it's like owned by the town instead of by, some one big rich guy or whatever.
Oh, good. I like hearing that.
Yeah, it's kind of neat in that way.
Yeah, in my brain, that the only thing that equates to that, and again, it's sports, so I have no real interest in it in general, personally. But there is a team in England. What the hell are they called? It's soccer over there. Or do they call it football over there? I forget.
They call it football. We call it
soccer. Call it football, but it is soccer compared to over here.
Yeah.
And it's run by the fans. Like they're the ones who.
If Whiskey Friend is still here, he might. I mean, I know Manchester is a major team in England.
That's what I mean. I'm thinking
so
like if
he might not be a fan of whichever team you're talking about, but I don't know.
I don't even know what it is now, but it's run by some of the people who do the DFTBA, the Log Brothers thing. Like these. That's who those two are. I don't remember if I told you that, but that's Hank and John. Hank and John. No, John. Hank and John. There we go. Can't see him very well.
Yeah.
But John is the one who really likes the sports.
Okay.
The football on the other side of the water, and they help with the team, and they have like a DFTBA logo. The Don't Forget to Be Awesome thing is from them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it sometime when we're not drinking whiskey.
Yeah. No, that's cool though. Wait, and the other one is Hank Green, right?
Yes, John and Hank Green.
Yeah, because I follow Hank on Instagram because he just does like hilarious science reels. Yeah.
He was going to be a chemist, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think he went to college for chemistry.
I'm glad he saved himself from that. Chemistry is the worst. Said someone who had to try and make buffers today, but the water was out on.
You got a new subscriber
in my lab. Oh, sweet! Thanks. Yeah, I subscribe. I hike and drink. That's what I do. That's my thing.
He does. If you want to see some of beautiful American Utah.
Yes, God. That's good news. I think they tried to do a 2-point conversion. This won't mean anything for you.
What?
But
I guess what we're doing.
They just lost.
Sorry. Oh, no. My parents are staying at a place. Hotel. No, not hotel. Condo, whatever it is, in Newport for the holiday season. And
okay.
It's right down to Newport. And I guess the place downstairs is an Irish pub, or bar. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, and I have a thing to tell you before I forget. Where is it? Because I will forget. Where is it? There we go. I just got a donation from a certain Zen Bood. And it had a note. I have to tell you what the note is because I just saw it flash on my screen and then disappear.
Oh.
Why is my phone so slow?
David Bay says chemistry is the worst. He agrees. And now I'm worried that he's a chemist because there's somebody else who emailed me recently. It wasn't David Bayes, but they were like, I'm a PhD organic chemist. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry if I've ever said anything bad about chemistry.
What have you done?
I'm sure it's great. I just hate making buffers.
Here's a toast to Adriana for taking one for the team with the rye, I believe is what that's.
Thanks, Sinbad. See, I tried to be a good sport about it and try the ryes. It's been like a while since I had tried Midwinter Night's Dram, and I've had a bunch of ryes since that. So I was like, maybe it's worth a revisit. It's
worth a revisit, but
yeah,
you're gonna.
Luckily, like Nick loves it, and so that works out that I don't because more for him. So
I had a horrible image just pop into my head when you said that. What was it? Hold on. Jack Sprat could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. And so between the two of them, they licked the platter clean, except it's Rise and Bourbon. So the analogy was there in my head somehow.
The problem is Nick likes bourbon too.
Oh, all right. So you got to hide the good stuff, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have he knows not to touch all my favorite Knob Creeks. So
this is the off-limits shelf.
Basically,
anything else is yours. All the Rise.
Whiskey friend, I love peated Scotch.
She does. I'm a fan too.
That's funny. Yeah, love the peated Scotch.
Yeah, did you do a video about peated Scotch? You have one where you did.
I did a review on Ardbeg Oogie, but I got to go on Whiskey Crusaders and try a bunch of finished. Most of them I think were finished peated Scotch, and oh my god, that was so good, so good. So
I feel like if I had too many peated Scotches, I go flavor blind after 2 or 3.
That's the thing. I think we had 12 that night. It was just by the end of
Matt has a habit of doing that.
Yeah,
it's one of the reasons I'm well, I'd like to be on his channel someday, but also I don't want to die.
So. Yeah. He's amazing and super generous, but then it's at the end he's so which one do you think is your favorite? I'm I have absolutely no idea.
Don't remember anymore. I did get to meet him in Texas.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, at the Bastards Ball.
Yeah, he's the one who scheduled that meetup at Still Austin. That was pretty incredible. I'm not gonna lie. The food was amazing. If you ever go there, go to Still Austin and visit the little bakery guy who's there. He's amazing.
Yeah, that is freaking cool. No, this one's good though. For being only 100, right? Yeah, I feel as it's
getting
sitting,
better.
It's kind of opening up. Adam, I have not yet. So he sent me some. We actually just sent each other back and forth some samples. So and haven't dug into them yet. But it being not that I'm really taking days off for Christmas or anything, but Nick is going to have more time off, and so we're going to get to try some of these samples and
road trip.
Enjoy. It'll be good.
Sports.
Is that it? That's final. Yes. Yeah, because they missed the 2-point convert. That's awesome. Suckers.
That's the place that's Still Austin.
Okay. Nice. Did your mom get to go there? Because she was in Texas, right?
She was literally driving me crazy the whole time. She was the driver. And we were in a black convertible Mustang. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All I wanted to do is drive it, but I wasn't on the paper.
Right, yeah. It costs so much extra to add another person, but I learned how to drive stick shift on a blue Mustang convertible, and my dad still drives that in Puerto Rico. I miss that car. I love that car.
I don't think I've ever driven a stick shift anything. So.
Oh, my current vehicle is stick shift, and I love it.
If you ever want to hear me grinding some gears unintentionally, I'll drive a stick shift. I get the idea. It's a lot of push-pull gas stuff.
Yeah. I mean, after first gear, it's really easy because you don't have to get this balance of clutch and gas and everything. After first gear, you're just going and it's just changing the gear. But first gear is the hardest thing to learn. That's what took me forever when I was learning. Nick, I still won't root for them because it's not Packers.
Nope.
Even if he was a Utah Ute. But I wonder who it was now.
Apparently the bearded Baker ships. If you want to try anything from him.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
Hey, so now you know you can get some wherever. Sorry, am I back? Yeah.
You are. It'll just be and then it'll come back. I'm just
that's why
I should panic.
I never stream for myself. My own live streams are never in this spot because I can't reach the hardwired all the way back here. But because I was in a rush, this was the easiest to set up than my other, especially because Nick, guess what? The dog got stuck on the tree and broke a bunch of plates, and I haven't had time to clean that up yet. So
surprise.
So some of the plates that are normally on the little shelf behind me are gone now, are in little pieces. So
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, our
I
dog
saw
is
a blip.
special.
Dad, what did you just say? My dad drove his dad's Rambler stick. He was in hospital. A grinding experience. They learned on Jim's car. All right.
I feel like my dad had to learn. My grandfather owned a construction company and had clients out somewhere, and was like drive the clients back. And that was my dad's first time driving stick shift. And it was like in the mud down a hill. I'm like, I'm glad that's not how I learned.
Nick's real question and concern here.
The whiskey is okay. The whiskey was not on that shelf, and there was no whiskey on that table. So it's just broken plates. I wondered since they knew like the name of the bakery. I was like, wow, your dad really pays attention to stories.
I was gonna say my dad's memory is like mine, so I don't know why he knows all that stuff.
Because like Nick would never have known the name of the place that I told him about.
No, I didn't remember. I was there and I got food and I talked to the guy. He did have a wondrous beard. He did.
Nice.
Sugar Key's got a story.
Oh yeah, yep. Super easy. It was so funny because I am very Puerto Rican and that I get frustrated easily. And so I learned I know this is shocking, but I learned it in the like parking lot of a baseball stadium or whatever near us. And
good place to do it.
Yeah, because it was just like, if there's no game, it's empty. So it's where a lot of people would go to learn how to drive because it's just a huge empty
giant
place.
Parking lot, good idea.
You weren't going to run into anything. And I kept kicking my dad. I kept kicking my dad out of the car because I was like, I know this. Stop telling me this. I know that that's what I'm supposed to do. It's what I'm trying to do, and it's not working. So, yeah, not a patient person, but it worked out. I eventually.
If you've ever seen her on Livewire, you know.
Yep. I can lose my temper sometimes.
It's fine.
But in the nicest of ways.
Yes. No, I wouldn't have you as a guest if it was like you were going to get absolutely outraged all the time. But
yeah, I would never like just come on and start yelling.
Why you fool?
That would be ridiculous. So
I have a pretty heavy filter. I need a certain level of like calm and rational just to deal with my kind of off the grid, bouncy mind for guests. Because that's why I can't do like 5 different people on screen. I get twitchy.
It's a lot. The other day I was watching one, and it was Bourbon's birthday stream, and it was very much one where everybody was talking over each other. And I was thinking of you. I was like, this is giving me a headache. I was like, I'm so glad like KillCo's not in the chat because this would be driving him nuts.
No, I had been on Whiskey Encore, and that had kind of. I'd had enough of that. I had plenty of doses of that. People talking over each other because I was on his stream, but I said maybe 3 sentences the whole time.
Yeah. And she tries to, keep it civilized and not going too crazy or anything. But it's so easy for people to talk.
That's the only reason I kind of show up. It's the only reason I show up in his streams. Like sometimes it's pretty chill, talking and stuff, but sometimes it's just noise and loud and drinking too much. And I just
Nick says that I yell watching Packers games. Our dog runs away all the time if I'm watching football because I'm yelling that I'm excited or I'm yelling that I'm pissed.
How did you miss that? Watch me play computer games. That's when I get
yeah.
That's when I get very irritated very quickly.
I used to play video games a lot, like the Xbox. I just ever since grad school I haven't had that much time for it, but I used to very much. My dad used to
wait for it.
Games because that was ridiculous. Yep, sorry. I know it did it again. And this is with me having tried to close everything. Am I back?
Yes, you are. It only happens for like 5 seconds. But when it does, my whole breath.
Okay.
Do you want to move on to the Knob Creek 15 now?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what you've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the
this should be 120 proof. Now for my reward for drinking that rye earlier. Go Pack, go! Yeah, Spiking Bourbon.
Spiking Bourbon, you're welcome. Another name I haven't seen around yet. Or if I have, I haven't. It hasn't registered and my brain doesn't work. Like and subscribe, people. Do it, please. The
And
trek to 1,000 is so far away.
I'm actually in, like, finally got the hours, and I'm finally being reviewed for monetization. So
dun, dun, dun.
I'm going live this. I was going to go live this week regardless, but I'm going live this week, and just maybe by that time I will be monetized, which is just
nice.
It's just more
Super
like
chats.
Feels legit than anything else. You know, like it's more about that than like making a profit. It's just like, oh my God, I'm legit enough to be monetized, kind of thing.
I've been seen. YouTube overlords are pleased, and they have bestowed this upon me.
Yeah, it's like, it's so cool. So I'm like, whoa, like my channel. It's like, I'm not the most consistent of uploaders. Like I feel like you're very consistent, at least, you know, and
like,
you show up regularly, you know, a few times a week, kind of thing. You put out videos and everything, and I'm just like, I've got like a few videos filmed that I'm like,
these samples are complete.
Eventually, I'll get there.
Yeah. Well, we're in very different worlds. I like to think about most whiskey tubers as mine is this is the job, and I have to do it when I can, and my ability and stuff lets me do it.
You're feeling healthy enough to do so.
Yeah, when I can function a little. But everyone else, it's like a part-time thing or after work or something they enjoy doing once a week or once a month.
Yeah,
and they still do it so good, and I'm just like, whoa, how? Why? It's great.
It's just all that, like, I've just found I enjoy editing, but then I get too hung up on it. So then it's like, it takes me forever to get out a video because I spend too much time editing, but I don't actually have that much time in life to be editing. So
yeah, I get hung up on stuff with editing all the time. I'll catch myself, 30 minutes, 20 minutes will go on by, and I'm trying to think of one little funny thing and trying to find one little GIF or image or noise.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? Just move on. Keep cutting and pasting it together. Goddamn.
I get like really hung up on making my montage because for people in the chat who don't know me, I hike and drink whiskey, like do my reviews outdoors on a hike. And I film bits of the hike or the area, but then I get really hung up on the little montagey bits that are like laid over kind of thing, in parts of the video, and like trying to like change the speed of them or make them smoother because I was walking when I filmed that. And it's like, so it's a lot. Thanks, y'all. Thanks so much for all the congrats. It's pretty cool. I cannot believe it's happening.
Right.
Okay, so you have so speaking of celebrating and good things and whatnot, and it's Christmas time, it's holidays.
I almost wore a hat.
Oh, really? I'm wearing, honestly, it's just crazy freaking cold here. So I'm wearing a sweater on top of a long sleeve shirt, but they're green. So it's Christmas
now, but my kind of festive.
Yeah, it's cool, Scott. If they Google Whiskey Mountains, I should come up.
I'm festive now.
There you go.
Sorry, that's right next to the mic. You keep forgetting.
Whoops.
Like funk.
I feel like I'm terrible about that. So, okay. So you have the Knob Creek 15 earring poured. So this is the one that Jason. So this is a pick from New York. This is one that Jason of the Mash and Drum sent me way back, very early on in my channel, just because he's an absurdly kind person and found out I love Knob Creek and was like, and Utah doesn't. I can't say that anymore. We just got our first ever pick of Knob Creek. But up until this year, we didn't do picks. So, and it looks like we're only doing one a year. Oh,
Peter
did I go funky again? Sorry.
Suarez? Sorry. I just saw names I didn't see before.
Marco Suarez.
Suarez, yes. That sounds much better you saying it. I'm like, Suarez?
It's funny, though, because I found myself, when I said it, Marco Suarez, I like automatically, in my head, I'm singing the song Rico Suave. It's like an 80s song. Like Nick knows this song. So I'm so sorry, Marcos.
And Scott, you are a mod, just so you know.
So, did he just go in?
I just know.
Nice. Scott, refresh. And
I noticed there weren't any. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah. What's that, Mike Meyer?
It smells delightful.
Doesn't it smell so good? I'm like, do you smell it? Do you smell it?
I'm getting like a Luxardo cherry note, which is surprising considering it's a Knob Creek.
Right? It's I love this thing. This is one of my absolute favorite bottles I've ever owned. Like, and so I am very much kind of oh wait, no, that's not even. Yeah. I'm very much milking it.
Right.
But it's just so good. I can't help it.
That's the dilemma. I gotta change this hat. It does not fit my head. It doesn't.
Yeah, don't give yourself a headache.
I have a large brain and it doesn't work. So
yeah, don't give yourself a headache. It's definitely not that. And also, everybody listen to Papa KillCo, or actually,
Papa
I think it's
KillCo
Mama
slash
KillCo,
mother on his
Mama
account.
KillCo under the guise of Papa KillCo. Whiskey friend, then if we have time, he should pour the other thing I sent him, because I did send him. We send each other 4 samples at a time, and I sent him a Knob Creek 15-year, or not 15-year, Knob Creek cast strength. Actually, Bourbon Battalion sent this bottle to me, and so that's what this is the only. We don't have the cast strength here in Utah. We have the regular. So, and it's 115 proof. So, but it is pretty good.
I like to know all the stuff Whiskey Friends gets, because that's like a whole. It's like it's him and Aquavite.
Oh,
like what can they get over there? I'm always curious.
Yeah, and like what? Because I know in Australia it's different proofs. So I'm wondering also, like in Europe, are the proofs the same, or are they changed up because of whatever? Mike Meyer knows what I was talking about.
Yes.
Peter Mueller about Knob Creek Rye. It's more bearable. Knob Creek Rye is much more bearable to me. It's kind of like Pikesville. Again, it's another barely legal rye, and it's made by Knob Creek, so it's obviously better. But it's much more bearable to me. But I'm just never in the mood to, even though I can drink them, I'd rather just drink a Knob Creek single barrel. Yeah.
Speaking of, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, I love this one so much.
That is autumn in a glass right there. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's a really good description. Autumn in a glass.
Oh. I mean, we had midwinter, so I guess that was just kind of a transition in my head.
Well, it's just kind of impressive because, I mean, it's 15 years and the oak comes through beautifully, but I just think this one is one where it's not over oaked and it's just really nicely rounded out with like some fruity notes, that cherry. Sometimes I even kind of get like a little bit of strawberry on it. I didn't get on this first sip. Sometimes it takes a few sips to come through, but like
there's more.
That bit of fruit and sweetness just balances out the oak. And I love oakiness, which is probably why I'm one of very few people who likes the 100 proof Knob Creek 15. But I like it, and this one just beautiful.
Oh, it's nice spice too. Brief. I'm not. Here's a what is it? Confession. I'm not a huge Knob Creek fan so far.
Yeah.
Like I've only had a few. I've had like one way back when I just started, and I'm fairly certain the high proof back then was getting to me. Yeah. Then I have the one I sent you, it's Bourbonite pick, which I do enjoy.
Yeah. Yes.
And I only have another single barrel behind me up here somewhere. But that's a store pick, which I do like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of fluctuates. It varies. Sometimes it's like, do I like, and they're not sweet. They're not super sweet. And I'm a very sweet bourbon kind of person, as I'm finding, or at least mostly sweet.
Yeah. And I think for me, I don't tend to like the sweeter. So it's funny because you really like Buffalo Trace. And so that makes sense to me that you're not as big of a fan of Knob Creek, because a lot of times Buffalo Trace is too sweet for me. And so I like about Knob Creek that it's earthier and not as sweet. So it's very much just that that profile preference, like,
oh yeah,
if you really like the sweeter whiskeys, then Buffalo Trace is going to be up your alley. So meanwhile, like certainly some Buffalo Traces have just delicious, but Knob Creek is far more likely to just really hit the spot for me. I have gotten a Knob Creek pick that I did not like. So it is possible for me to be unbiased, and I've had that pick sitting around forever. I just can't get into it, so I will probably use it for whiskey sours or something. But
Yeah, I do know it doesn't drink at the proof. Like if someone told me what's this proof, it's like, oh, it's maybe 50 or 50%. Sorry, I was seeing
right, yeah. 50 proof would be
yeah, it would be
very
garbage,
low.
basically.
Yeah. No, I think it, it delivers with an interesting complexity of flavor, but it does not like burn.
Mm-mm. There is a touch of sweetness though,
Mm-hmm.
and it lingers. And
I think
like
it's the fruitiness, right? Like the
yeah. Well, I'm not getting a huge fruit note. I'm getting some kind of like a typical bourbon sweetness. I don't know if it's caramel or brown sugar, but it's in there. I would probably lean towards caramel. It just kind of sits through the whole thing.
Yeah. I think that's what rounds out the oakiness really well.
Yeah, it's not too oaky either. It's there.
Yeah.
It's dry to a point. Meow.
And Pipes is a big supporter of the Knob Creek 15 years.
Apparently.
And now you know why her name is Pipes, by the way.
Yes. I gathered.
So
first time you said it, I'm like, either that's a nickname or that's a very good name for a cat.
Yeah, no, that's her name. And we adopted her. She was already 15 years old. She was either 13 or 15. And so now she's either 19 or 21. So she's old. I was like, oh, we got to adopt her. She only has a couple years left to live. Now we're like, she's going to outlive us all.
Crazy.
So, but she's funny. I love this one so much. I've never added water or anything. I know that's something people like to do a lot of times with the, higher proofs and everything, but I don't really. So I do feel like it's verging on what some might find a little bit over oaked, but to me, I still think it's very much in a good spot of oakiness.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, as far as the progression and everything, I've been saying these days recently, I like something with a beginning and a middle and an end.
Mm-hmm.
And this has that.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't get hung up on one thing, like it's overly dry or overly sweet, or the finish lasts far too long, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something that's, an interesting experience throughout, and that each time you sip it, it's something that's always my thing, is like, I want something that grabs my attention back, and that's not so easy to sip that I kind of don't even pay much attention to it. I like this because it draws you in. So has the same wine with you. Yep. This is the only noise she makes. I've never heard her make like a normal meow. It's just this very obnoxious meow thing. So Whiskey Friend said that his rye is a 115 proof store pick. Do you have a glass? Did you want to try and, I mean, I'm not trying to pressure you to, but
I'll try
know if you wanted to. Because we have a few more minutes before it's bourbon night comes on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're doing.
A few places I'm actually a moderator.
So I just became a mod there last week.
I know, that was so great.
That was so funny.
They stepped up. I'm just going, they're doing what?
Yeah, it was like,
you were there.
I like saw her writing with pen and paper. I was like, oh no, honey, no. That's not going to be fun for you. It's going to ruin your whole life. So, although she already had.
She was ready to do it, but you definitely saved the day with that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So it just would have.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and pour that. I'm like debating pouring a little bit of that Knob Creek rye into my previous rye glass. So let me.
Whiskey Friend, I have one thing to tell you, and that is Andalusia, sir. Andalusia. Also, Crowded Barrel. Also, where else did I go? Still Austin. We were actually talking about Still Austin earlier. So I've had high root, Balcones. They all have like different things. It's great. Try them all. And some people like them, some people don't. Just that's how it is.
Yeah, I think I had a very small pour of the Eleanor by the Whiskey
Which one?
Tribe people. Some Eleanor.
You might like the weeded. I have the weeded, I think, probably somewhere.
Yeah, I don't even know which one it was. It was at the Davilars, and there was a lot of drinking, and I had no idea what I was drinking.
I've heard things.
So, but yeah, so now we're pouring that Knob Creek real quick.
Ooh.
And this
5 minutes left.
Yeah, this isn't particularly old. This is about 6 years old. And I know with the ryes, they do tend to be younger.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, more because.
But I've not revisited this in forever. I just remember Bobby of Bourbon Battalion telling me that it's all peanut butter. That's all he gets with it is just pure peanut butter.
I don't think I've ever had anything that's strictly peanut butter. I'm not a huge peanut butter person anyway.
I like peanut butter, but I wouldn't say I get crazy peanut butter in the nose. You like it in candy?
Yeah, like I like Reese's Pieces, or not Reese's Pieces. Those are Reese's peanut butter cups. Those I like. But even then, I'd like them with dark chocolate instead of the milk chocolate.
Oh, really? It's funny because I like peanut butter and I like chocolate, but I don't like them combined.
I don't like them.
Nice. Like they need to stay on their separate places.
Oh, Bourbon, hello. You're welcome.
Oh, yep.
You're late. Hello.
The poof of hair is here. Smell this.
There's another one. It doesn't strictly smell like a rye to me. I get the rye notes. That weird.
Yeah, this one does not come off very rye. On the nose. I definitely get it a bit, especially coming off of this other Knob Creek.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, but and I know that their ryes are barely legal ones. So go ahead and.
Wow. Hello.
Still rye.
That feels a little more like a rye. I think the higher proof of the other one. What's the proof on this one? Yeah, it's a little lower.
Yeah, it's a little bit lower. It's 100.
But the higher proof burned me a little bit, so it probably doesn't feel as hot. But the difference in palate, it's almost peppermint.
I think proof in rye, you know, like where you really enjoy a higher proof bourbon, you don't need that proof so much with ryes. Like they're going to deliver flavor regardless of whether or not you like that flavor, but they're going to deliver flavor at lower proofs. So this being a high proof is,
the higher
definitely
proof would be like a baseball bat to the face. Speaking of, hello, Snapchat. Actually, it's hockey, but
that would be a hockey stick to the face.
Hockey stick to the face. That's a better analogy.
So, but
which would hurt just as much, believe me.
Oh, I'm sure. I know there's about 2 minutes left till it's bourbon night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already back to my 15-year bourbon.
Wow.
Tried it. Yeah, that rye, and that's a barely legal rye.
Yeah.
But it is 115 proof, barely legal rye. So
Zen Boot, if you're still here, I wonder if you'd like this one. Zen Boot's he likes rye.
He's big on rye.
Yeah.
I don't know that it would satisfy like a big rye. Yeah, I don't know if we could be buddies. Actually, we could be great friends because you could just drink all the rye and not worry about me drinking.
Right. That's right.
So,
I think variety is key. Different opinions are good as long as you don't go absolute batshit crazy.
Yeah, like, I mean, especially with flavors. Like, you can't really be mad at somebody for not having the same taste buds as you.
Right.
So, like,
the same thought.
I don't like most vegetables, but it's not like I'm mad at people for enjoying their vegetables. Good for y'all. I don't want them. I'm back to my delicious oaky berry Knob Creek 15-year pick.
I drank all of that. I'll drink more, but not right now because I've had 4 whiskeys and
in a small amount of time. Yeah. Yep.
Thankfully, I did eat a whole bunch of food.
That's good. Yeah,
nice.
I had 1 sip of each rye. So.
All right, I guess we'll end it there. I see the clock ticking down.
Yeah, the clock's coming down. Thanks for having me on. This was fun.
Yeah, be sure to come back again sometime. Like I've said to other channels, I'm doing a please coming back if you want. You know,
Yeah.
next year's a new year. I always like having mystery guests. It's fun for me. It's fun
Yep.
for the viewers. I don't get bombarded by thousands of people, thankfully, because it's quiet. But I will say the outro thing, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And we can both do this part. I will see you out there. We can both ding.